Hello brothers and sisters, welcome to another episode here on Dangerous African Confessions HD. Before we go into what we have for this episode, I would love to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of who is part of this family. The time you spend to watch these videos means a lot to us as a team. And it encourages us to continue to bring these confessions to our dear family, so that we all can one way or the other learn from their stories. We appreciate your subscription and likes, as well as the comments. Thank you, and let's get to what we have for today. In this episode, we have another captivating confession from one of our brothers, who is a pastor from Ghana. He gave his name as John. And he wants to share with us the kind of unthinkable things he has done and the consequences that he is facing now.
Please, whether you are in ministry, as a pastor, or as a fashion designer, or any kind of work that you do, I will plead with you to really listen to what I want to share with you. What I am doing, I am not doing it lightly, but then, I feel I should tell my story so that someone out there might use me as a lesson for his or her life. In this world, if you get money and fame, but deep within you, you are not okay, then whatever you have is not worth it. True wealth is when you are proud of the journey and the process you have been through. As you are listening to my story, when I visit the toilet, I see maggots in my ears. And my private part is severely paining me, as blood also comes out of it anytime I try to urinate. I am weak inside out. I am dying. My conscience will never let me sleep. I feel I am gradually getting closer to my death. This whole problem is as a result of my association with a group, and the kind of rituals and sacrifices that I have done in order to be able to perform great miracles as a pastor. I have been doing a lot of rituals in order to help me come out of this thing. But the more I try, the harder it becomes. I remember when I had gone out in the night around 2 a.m. to sleep with this mad woman that I have been sleeping with in order to energize my powers. After sleeping with her, she said something that struck me. She said that, do I think I can be using her for my rituals and just go freely without anything happening? When I finished and was coming back home, I saw 3 dogs that were standing on the road facing me. I thought they would leave the road when I get close, but then the more I got close, the more they were looking eager to attack.
As part of our policy, I've made some editing to hide their identity. Please kindly subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Without wasting much of your time, let's go and listen to the story.
Hello brother, I would love to share my story with you. As I write to you, anything can happen to me. I am weak inside out. I am dying. My conscience will never let me sleep. I feel I am gradually getting closer to my death. My name is John and I am from Ghana. I have been in the ministry for about 13 years before the decision that changed my life happened. If I say it changed my life, what I mean is that it totally changed my life from good to worst. Even though I have enough money that one can think of as a pastor. But slowly I am dying. The money and fame that I was looking for, I have it now. But I wish I never got myself involved in this mess. I started my ministry and things were very tough when it came to the ministry. But then I was eager and focused, determined to push the word of God for others to hear. I started the church exactly 18 years ago. But then, my struggle years were that of the 13 years that I talked about earlier. I know and understand back then that, for a servant to be victorious in the Christian walk, the master would try you in so many ways. But then, it got to a time that every hope I had died. Honestly, it was as if I made a wrong decision to answer the calling. Every church place that I went, I was told that the calling is upon me. And I was supposed to honor it if I wanted to see the goodness of the Lord. That was the beginning of my pastoral life. I served under one pastor that I don't want to mention his name or the church for 7 years, and he blessed me and allowed me to go out there to also set up the church as it is now. He was such a great person. One that was ever ready to listen to you. And he was just cool to be around with. He never put himself above any of us, the young ones that he was training. Even though his church was full of members. And he has been used by the Lord to do so many things. But through it all, he never boasted nor showed off any material things. One thing that I feel right now is that I wish I had not left his place, but still continued to remain his son under his roof. I know for sure that, if I was still with him, I wouldn't have gotten myself in this trouble. It happened that I went to the forest to pray. Any Ghanaian who will be watching and lives in Accra will know what I mean by I went to the forest to pray. Because that forest is in the center of Accra and anybody at all can go there to pray. So that is where most people meet and have their prayers. This particular day when I was praying, I saw a man who was also in the forest praying. He had actually finished praying when I started. But for some reason, he delayed, and later when I had finished praying, he approached me. We talked for a while and I got to know that he is also a prophet. He said he feels in his spirit to have me as his friend. Well, at that time, I told him that, since we all are doing the same work as pastors, I didn't have any problem getting to know him. We exchanged contacts. And this meeting was the beginning of my troubles. I didn't have any idea or whatsoever what was prepared ahead of me. We started talking on phone and it got to a time that he was having a program in his church and he invited me to also be a guest speaker. This man's church was very nice. The interior decoration alone speaks for itself. When you enter the auditorium, no one would tell you that whoever is the pastor here is really rich. The chairs in his church alone looks like you've been to an executive meeting. So, after the program, he introduced me to the other guest speakers as his friend. And on top of it, asked them to find days that they can come to my place and shake the grounds for me. That was the exact language he used. So, they truly had the program with me, and after the program, I started seeing changes in the members. The numbers started increasing. After everything, and I have conversation with this prophet. He told me that we don't just establish church just like that. He said that I need to have a certain grace and power to break the grounds in order to see increase in members. This sounded new to me. But then, because I was seeing signs after they did the program for me, I believed everything he told me. He then asked me to organize another program just for him only in my church. This time, the way he ministered was something extra. The program was for only 2 days. After the first day ministration, on the second day, the room was filled to its capacity for the first time since the church was established. This had never happened. So, I wanted to organize another program with him after a while. But then, he said no. I should go ahead and do it all by myself. And I told him that I cannot operate like he does. He laughed and told me that he can help me get to the same level that he is. If only I truly desire that gift. I did the program and didn't even get half of the number that he got. So, I went to him and told him I wanted to operate just as he does. He said that he just cannot lead me just like that, unless he sees within himself that I am ready. So, he asked me to just continue my services, for he will let me know when he feels anything like that. After about 5 to 6 months, he now called me that he feels he should help me in order for me to also operate just as he does. But then, he told me that there are secrets to everything in this world. And that, he said I needed to know the secrets and do them so that the Spirit can flow in me.
Please kindly subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Like I always say, these are not just stories for story's sake. They are meant for us not to make these mistakes our brothers and sisters are making. That's why we share these stories with you. I hope we've all learned something important from the story. In our quest to make it in life in our various workplaces. Please let's be mindful of the choices that we make. Because it can either make or unmake you in a long run. And also let us be mindful of some of the pastors that we always run to. Because you might not know where he has his powers from. And once the powers are from the evil one, and you worship in these kinds of churches, automatically, you are worshiping whatever he has allegiance to. Remember, life is not a race, where we all must fight to make it to the finish line in time. Our destinies are different, so choose how you live your life wisely. Thanks for being a part of this growing family. Kindly share your thought with us in the comment section below. And if you are new here, please subscribe, like and share. Stay blessed and be safe.